What's up, YouTube? Alright. Okay. Alright. There we go. Boom, boom. Alright, mic is good. You. Alright, let's go and move this out of the way. Bing, bing. I'm gonna go on YouTube, make sure everything is good to go. On my end, at least. You know? Man. Here we go. Everything looks good. I need to fix the camera. So what's up, Vorpal? Let's see if that makes a difference. Boom, boom. Looks like it did. There we go. Boom, boom. I got a couple of things. Sunday night, let's rock some dice. No doubt. I haven't rolled any dice today, though. Have you rolled some dice today? So, tonight, we're gonna kick back. I'm gonna pour myself a little bit of lemonade. Boom. Just a little tiny bit. I don't wanna drink too much on a Sunday with my mango lemonade. Let's see. Hold on. So, you play video games, Vorpal? You said yesterday was your dice day. And today was video game day? What video games do you play? So, where are my favorite? Well, I'll pull my books out. So we're gonna look at this, just gonna flip through it, just kind of kick back and just chill. You still haven't made any new friends. What are you doing to change that, Vorpal? You know? What are you doing to... Thank you, Mrs. Coach. What are you doing to change the fact that you don't have any friends? If gaining friends is something that you desire, then, my good friend, what are you doing on your end to make that happen? You feel me? I was looking for some chapstick, but it's disappeared. I think I need a bigger pencil case, because everything falls out now when I go searching. All right, anyway. So, thank you, Mrs. Coach. Mrs. Coach isn't feeling the best, but she's still over there working. Is my mic on? Yes, my mic is on. My mic is on. I can try Fallout and Word. That's what's up, boy. Alright, so I'm going to try this again with the microphone. So, Mrs. Coach, let me know if you were tuned in. I hope you feel better, too, by the way. Mrs. Coach isn't feeling the best. Happy Sunday night. So, what was I about to say? Could be your ear pressure. Alright. Man, come on, Mrs. Coach. What am I doing? I set up my game on a table at the game store and attempt to recruit a player. That is one way, absolutely, to gain friends. There are other ways as well. That is definitely a great way. So, I've never played Starforged, and I've never played Ironsworn either. But I've heard really great things about Ironsworn. I've heard a lot of great things. It has some really cool tables inside of it. But, did you kidnap them? Horrible. So, yeah. I don't really know much about it. It clearly is a sci-fi type of game. So I was just going to kick back and just look through it and stuff. There are a lot of different things. This is why I pulled it up online. And if you're new, just like I am, I don't know what you call that. Tom Kin Press. So it has some free downloadable things. You've got the illustrated character sheet. I always go opposite way. You've got some asset cards, which I printed, and you can purchase physical ones from different places. And I'm pretty sure you can also purchase them from what is becoming my favorite spot, Modifius. So they make really, really great books. I'm not sure how this is partnered, you know, how that works, but they make really, really, really great books. I'm playing 2 others of theirs. Well, that, you know, I'm playing this one right here. Again, another great, cool game as well. Tabletop game. And then another one of my favorites that I'm learning to turn into a RPG as well. A good mixture of RPG, but all from the same. You know, I don't know if this maybe they printed. I'm not sure how it worked, but, you know, it's good. It's a nice book. Nice, solid book. I'm put my books up. I was looking through them. I was working on backstories for my characters. So then, you know, it can be a more immersive experience. But, yeah, let me finish showing. So, yeah. So you've got a lot of the player aids on the website, on this particular website. Boom, boom. I don't know if it's necessary to have those things, but I place, you know, Cairn has so a great deal of less amount of rules, you know, than than this book. And it has player aids, and the player aids they work fantastic. So you don't have to keep flipping through the book. And just like I have that table thing for DCC, where you don't have to keep flipping through and looking for the tables. It's a book just strictly for the tables and stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to kick back. This thing, what I love about this already, first, it's a hardcover. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. It looks cool. And it has 2 ribbons. And red. I am always drawn to red. So, I've got a lot of red things. So, yeah. And it looks like, but it says there are 3 ways to play. You can do guided, you can do co-op, or you can do solo. So then guided is, let's see, 1 or more players take the role of their characters while a guide moderates. I like a guide. That sounds pretty cool. And then you got co-op, of course, and solo. So the perilous galaxy awaits. The Ironsworn Starforged tabletop role-playing game. That was a lot. You will explore uncharted space, unravel the secrets of a mysterious galaxy, and build bonds with those you meet on your travels. Most importantly, you will swear iron vows and see them fulfilled, no matter the cost. Starforged is a standalone sci-fi evolution of the award-winning Ironsworn, which again, I've never played, but I've heard great things about it. And where was I? And it's packed with guidance and tools to undertake sworn quests in a galaxy of your own making. This rulebook is your path to unlimited adventure. And I've heard really great things. I put the post up inside on the, Let me catch my live up, I think, because I exited out. Let me catch up. So you play 54 Vietnam War miniatures. Under the Hood, Dungeons and Dragons powers the game. I can dig that. You play by yourself. So, boom. My bad. I'm shaking the camera. My bad. I'm trying to... I've got my marker right here, and I was going to put some rules down that we can have inside of the chat, so that way we can keep it chill. Just keep it chill. I got no players until I meet new people. Yes, Warple. Yes, but what are you doing besides getting on the, I don't know if you use any other social media. Keep it chill. Let's put that right here. Let's see. Will you be able to see that? Let's keep it chill. Okay? There we go. This is the biggest rule that we have. It took a while for me to, because I felt silly going over rules with other adults and stuff. When it came to when I was started running games. But I see that, that's okay to do, because everybody's different. We have, everybody's different walks of life, different personalities and stuff. And, sometimes individuals, don't necessarily mean harm, but that doesn't stop the impact of certain things. So I have like little really simple basic rules and stuff, that we go over and stuff. I see it's important to do as well. Just so everybody's on the same page. You know what I mean? So let's do it like that. Let's just keep it chill. No negativity. If you had a long day, I'm sorry you have had a long day. Let's kick back on here, and I'll make sure that I don't add to, or make it a point to try not to, add to your long day. So we do right here. 1, and then we do 2. No negativity. And if you're looking for you need some good words and stuff like that, some positive words, then let me know in the chat. And me or somebody else will drop some good, positive words, uplifting words and stuff like that inside the chat. I'm sure there'll be people that definitely wouldn't mind. And I absolutely don't mind. So, yeah, let's keep it chill. Boom, boom, boom. And no negativity. And let's just relax. It's Sunday. Get ready to go into Monday. So, look. We've got inspiration. Let's look at the inspiration. So it's building my mechanics and creative inspiration from many games. Here are the most direct influences. Apocalypse World, I'm not familiar with. Blaze in the Dark, I am absolutely familiar with. And I've been really, really wanting to play the game, because it looks like an interesting game, but I have not got to it yet. But I definitely will. My goal is to, I definitely will. It's an interesting game, and it's different. It's also made, it feels good too. So we got Blades in the Dark. Let's see, every time I set up, people see my game. Eventually, they will come forth to play. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Here go our rules right there. Super simple rules. Keep it super simple. It's like fishing, patience. I can dig it. So again, I'm familiar with Blaze in the Dark. City of Judas. I am not, but maybe I'll look into it. Fate, I think. I skipped Dungeon World. I know of it, but I've never played it. Mythic. And Stars Without Numbers. Shouts out to Brian. I know, pretty sure Brian's super busy. Brian's put me onto a lot of really great games. And he did let me know Stars Without Numbers would work great with this. So, with this particular game. Now, I definitely want to look at the tables. It's not gonna be an in-depth view or look into the book. So, because then I would be taking away from you if you want to actually purchase the book. But it looks pretty thick. I don't know how much of it takes up. I don't know how much of the book actually takes up tables. I definitely want to look at the tables. So, you got lots. Let's see. Here go your oracles. So your oracles go. Okay, well, you've got a good bit of oracles. Let's see. So, using oracles. Let me just look at those real quick. 291. 291. 291. We can look at the artwork too. It looks like an interesting game. And, yeah. Looks like an interesting game. I was looking for another, a different flavor than what I'm already playing. I have my games that I play for YouTube, and then I have some games that I kind of kick back and play to the side. By myself, without anybody else watching and stuff in these two. So I was looking for a different flavor, something else. And I'm looking to, in the process of working on, You know, because for Patreon, I think it's Patreon, because I always say mix it up with Patreon and Patreon. I want to add something different onto the tiers and stuff, and I think tables would be fantastic. Just like mini adventures I want to start playing with and stuff like that. So I want to take the games that I'm really enjoying and the games that I'm reviewing and stuff, and all those good stuff, and put it into something so that I can create some cool material for people like me. People who are maybe starting out. I'm pretty sure I can make some good material for even people who have been playing for a while. Tables are fantastic. So, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, and yeah, I won't even get into all that. But we see 291. Here we go. Summary. So again, we're gonna go back to the beginning. I think it's I'm not exactly sure what type of dice, but looks like we've got a D100. So as far as summary on rolling on the oracle tables, so you ask your question, you choose an appropriate oracle table, you roll your oracle dice to generate a number from 1 to 100, so we got D100. And then, let's see, reveal the answer. Okay, check the D100 result against the oracle table to reveal the answer. Consider the oracle's answer in the context of your question and the current situation. So it looks like you got to use your creativity, you know, which is good because it forces you. It's important. It's important. It's a really good, what you call it? Uh-oh. I didn't even get a chance. I was going to look at the, what you call it? I was getting ready to look at Vorpal's comments. But, let's see. So, boom. I lost my train of thought real quick. So, yeah. Is the result good fit? Does it trigger a spark of inspiration? So you definitely got to do some thinking. If you got your answer, you're all set. Envision the result and play to see what happens. If you want further detail, talk it out with other players or roll on another table. Another thing I wanted to do before I lose that, I wanted to play Colossal again, but I wanted to use Colossal with a mixture of other things, with other tables and stuff like that. So, that's crazy. Well, thank you, Mrs. Coach, for helping to hold it down. Let's see. So, if the answer is bad fit for your situation, or if it prompts an interpretation that compromises a player's comfort for safety, change or adjust it. You can check it out. Check up or down. Coach asks for chill. I show you. That's what's up. See, we got some cool, simple rules. We just gonna keep it chill, and we got no negativity. Like I said, if you had a long day, you need some good words, just pop it in the chat. And I can definitely provide you with some positive words. I'll Google some stuff, you know? So, but, we're just relaxing and looking through. Hold on. My face is probably touching the mic. So, if you're still having trouble, roll again, try a different table. So it gives you basic things that I think you would typically be able to kind of, you know, what do you call it? Grasp, you know, figure it out along the way. But it's good that it does have it there just in case. It looks like there's a lot of stuff in here, but I'm not going to I'm going to make sure that I don't let that stop me from getting into the book. So, we've got chapter 1, we've got the basics. We've got chapter 2, launching your campaign. Prepare for liftoff. I wonder where is the, what do you call it? Oracles. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Creating your character. Think I might go to that section right there. So we've got launching your campaign, chapter 2, chapter 3, gameplay in depth. We've got chapter 4, foes and encounters. Chapter 5, and you've got your oracles. All right, so it doesn't seem too bad. All right, so let's check out the beginning, and then we're gonna go over. I want to check out character creation and seeing, you know, how it works with like abilities. I did print out. Let's see what I have right here. Like I said, you've got these asset cards. It has some really cool stuff. I showed you on Tom Print or something like that. So you can download tons of things. It'll probably say it on here somewhere, but if I'm probably overlooking it and stuff. But yeah, I just printed it on regular paper, and I was gonna get some plastic slips that you would put like baseball cards or anything like that, maybe even business cards. And I'm pretty sure that this is the character, maybe the character sheet. I think I saw a lot of different things on the site. I was a little confused, but I'm normally confused when I first start something new. But I learned along the way that if I keep on going, eventually my answers will get, my questions will be answered. So I just have to keep on going and looking and stuff and reading. So, and asking other people too. Asking others and stuff like that, what they've, they've already, they've already got the experience. So, but I think this is it. So we've got name, call sign, pronouns, characteristics. I guess these right here will probably be abilities. You got edge, heart, iron, shadow, and wits. We'll look at that. Let's go to character creation real quick. And let's just check that out and see what that looks like. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. So character creation is 100. Wow. So all the what is... Okay, so before we get to character creation, that's a lot of pages beforehand. So you've got oracles on here too, in this basic section. Alright. Maybe we'll start from the beginning, and then we'll go into character creation, because we've got time. It's 9:54. Alright, so welcome to the Forge. In Ironsworn, Starforged, hereafter referred to as Starforged, you are a spaceborne hero, sworn to undertake perilous quests. You will explore uncharted space, unravel the secrets of a mysterious galaxy, and build bonds with those you meet on your travels. Most importantly, you will swear iron vows and see them fulfilled, no matter the cost. To play Starforged, make some decisions about the setting and your character, which sounds simple, and set your story in motion. When you encounter something dangerous or uncertain, your choices and the dice determine the outcome. Alright, sounds simple too. Building on the Ironsworn legacy, Starforged is a standalone sequel. Okay. It's a sequel to the Ironsworn tabletop role-playing game. If you're an experienced Ironsworn player, welcome back. You'll find some changes and enhancements to suit the spaceborne setting, but the core of the game will be familiar. And if you're new to Ironsworn, this rulebook will give you everything you need to undertake quests in a perilous galaxy. See, we already went through modes of play. So let's see. It breaks it down right here. You don't need to read the whole book. It says you don't need to read this book cover to cover. That's fantastic to know, because I wasn't gonna do that before I tried to start. So, but that would probably help with any type of confusion and stuff like that as far as questions goes. But I just like to just jump in, okay? So you don't need to read the book cover to learn how to play Starforged. Here's a summary to each chapter and some advice on what to read and when. All right, so maybe we'll do that. And then we'll go over here. I'm going to go back here, but so right here, what you need to play, because I was curious about. So it's 2 10-sided dice for each player. These are the challenge dice. Kind of sounds familiar to like the, what is that? Loner books, where you have a risk die and a chance die. So you've got two 10-sided D10s for each player. These are the challenge dice. 1 6-sided dice for each player. This is an action dice. Optional, another pair of 10-sided dice to use as oracle dice, which I'll probably do because we've got plenty. I've also got a set of brand new dice coming soon. It says you'll also need to print and play materials available for download, of course, at ironswornrpg.com. So the assets, that's what I have. The play kit, that was on the, one of the things that you can download. It's a set of reference sheets and worksheets. Interesting. Finally, you want a journal or notebook to record your adventure log. Boom. So, let's see. Starforged is a human-centric science fiction on a perilous frontier. This is a scavenged future with equipment often cobbled together from salvage. People cling to survival on inhospitable worlds and in remote space stations. Much has been forgotten or lost. It's a dangerous life for anyone living on this frontier, and doubly so for the Ironsworn, those adventurers bound to sworn quests. Inspiration comes from the quest-driven stories of Mandalorian, the lived in aesthetic and fantasy-infused trappings of the original Star Wars trilogy. I think Corbin, shouts out to GM Awkward Corbin, super cool. And he was asking, was it similar to Star Wars because of what it looked like? So let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Star Wars trilogy, the workaday exploits of Firefly, and the isolated horror of Alien. The mysticism and faction politics of Dune. The retro tech and desperation of Battlestar Galactica's Galactica. Modern reboot. The cosmic mysteries and class struggles of the Expanse, and the gonzo adventures and fantastic locations of Guardians of the Galaxy. It gives you a nice idea, nice feel, again, tone, inspiration for what Starforged is about. So you can bend the tone of to your liking. You'll make a unique version of the setting as you define aspects such as its history, technology, communities, life forms, and supernatural abilities and more. So it sounds like a pretty interesting game. So I wanted to go back here. So I like how it has it. It says right here, it's got a little section. So advice on what to read and when. So you're reading this as far as the basics, chapter 1. You're reading this. This is an introduction to Starforged and the fundamentals of the game. If you're a returning Ironsworn player, this chapter will provide a refresher and introduce some changes. If you're new to Ironsworn, it will get you up to speed. Feel free to just scan this chapter to get a sense of the fundamentals, which is typically what I would do. If you have questions about a particular aspect of play, jump to that section and give it a close read. Let's see. So launching your campaign. This includes a series of exercises to get your Starforged campaign up and running. Work through these exercises to define the nature of your setting. That sounds like be a cool, interesting chapter. Create your character, set up a starting location, and begin your first quest. So I think we're going to play and look through this thing right here. And if we have what we need to start, then maybe we'll go ahead and start. So we've got Chapter 3, Gameplay in Depth. This chapter includes extended details, advice, and options for playing Starforged. After you've started playing, look here when you want more info on a specific rule or best practice. I like how this section is kind of broken down. So, foes and encounters. This chapter includes an array of cutting foes and perilous encounters for your Starforged campaign, along with guidance on creating and managing other characters. So, and then we've got the chapter 5. This chapter contains oracle tables. These are the inspiration engine for playing Starforged. You don't need to read this chapter, but it is helpful to give it a look to get a sense of the tools the game provides. During play, you will refer to these oracles when you need help determining the outcome of an action, an aspect of your setting. What's up, Dean? Better late than never. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in, everybody who will tune in later and stuff like that. We're just hanging out. I appreciate your time. I really do. Hanging out, looking through Starforged for the first time, just checking it out. So, again, I've heard some really great things about it. Boom. So, how you doing today, Dean? What's happening? Then we got some cool rules right here. 2 simple rules. Keep it chill and no negativity. If you need some positivity, let me know. If you need some extra positivity, let me know. Let's see. And, so, yeah. I'm going to jump to chapter 2. Before I jump to chapter 2, I'm going to go back to the oracles and actually, because again, I'm not in a rush or anything, and I'm just going to flip through just curious about the tables. So we're going to go back to that 288. I think it was 291 though. And I'm just going to randomly look through the oracles just to see, just curious. That's what I initially did, but then I got a little scared, so I was like, let me get out of here. I'm working. Work. I'm sorry, man. This is a great game to explore, and I'll be happy to have this stream on in the background. That's what's up, Dean. I appreciate that. Man, I appreciate that. This is cool. This is a really cool book. It's interesting. So far from what I've seen. So I think it's 291, actually. There we go. So using the oracles. Let's see. Oracles in solo play, co-play, oracles in guided play. So it has it sectioned out. Let's see. So in Starforged and Oracles, anything that generates random results, most of us know, but if you don't know, results to help determine action, the outcome of an action, an aspect of your setting or narrative event. Let's see. Use your preferred prompts while playing the game, or use the wide array of oracles provided in this chapter. So I'll definitely probably mix. Let's see. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Turn on the fan. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, let me get a sip of my. That's good lemonade. All right, where was I at? Let's see. Use your preferred prompts. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. The oracles on the following pages are in the form of random tables and are customized to the tone, setting, and gameplay of Starforged. So some oracles are for specific mundane questions to streamline play. What is the engineer's name? Others provide more abstract results that you interpret based on the current situation. What goes wrong, perhaps. Most importantly, there are a variety of oracles in this chapter to help envision what you discover as you navigate and explore the Forge. These range from identifying the nature of a star to generating the forsaken interior of a derelict starship. So we read that page, Oracle tips and tricks. We're not gonna see. Boom, boom, boom. Building Oracle arrays. Let's see. The following include a set of 4 core oracles that are central to Starforged. They are action, theme, descriptor, and focus. Each includes 100 single-word results as abstract prompts. You can roll on these tables individually or combine them with results from other oracles, which is something that I would absolutely do. In most cases, you'll roll on a set of 2 oracles, action and theme, or descriptor and focus, to form a simple sentence out of a word pair. Then interpret the results based on the context of the question and your current situation. If a result doesn't fit, check adjacent rolls or roll again, which is something that I would do. Or double roll twice. You see, the core oracles provide creative prompts suitable for many situations. In fact, for a lightweight approach, it's possible to ignore the other oracles and focus on answering questions using only the Ask oracle. Move in these 4 tables. So let's see. So action and theme. Use these oracle tables to reveal details about a goal, situation, or event. They provide a word or phrase that can be taken literally or interpreted as abstraction. Action, theme, and theme can answer questions such as, what does this character want? What is this faction's mission? What caused the downfall of this settlement? What is the device's purpose? I can dig it. Descriptor and focus. Use these oracles to generate the details of a location. Descriptor and focus. Use these oracles to generate the details of a location, discovery, or encounter. The descriptor oracle is particularly handy to quick generation of a location. For example, use it to describe the basic nature of a planet instead of rolling on the detailed planet oracles. Looks like it's got a nice little amount of oracles back there. Descriptor and focus can answer questions such as, what is a ship's cargo? What is the nature of this planet? What is inside this station? What hazards do I encounter? So we've got action. Just because we're here, I'm going to pull out a couple dice. Action and theme. Let me see. Boom, boom. Goal or situation. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Just out of curiosity, 72 for like a goal. So we did that once. So we've got raid, just curious. Boom, boom, boom. I love tables. Raid and scroll again. 65. 65. see what we got. 65, 65. Pride. I see how you definitely have to use your 7, 8. Sanctuary. That sounds interesting. Those two would go good together. The other one, I could have figured it out too, but I was just curious. Raid a sanctuary. You could raid a sanctuary for many different reasons. You could definitely use these tables for a lot of different things. Let's see. So when you ask the oracle about the goal, situation, or event, then you roll on the action above and theme opposite page together. These provide an interpreted verb noun prompt. Other oracles include prompts to check for an action and theme shown as actions plus theme. Okay, that's your cue to roll on these tables and interpret the result as appropriate to the situation. Got your descriptors. See, when you ask the oracle to help define the nature of a location. I like that. I like these oracles. So, you roll descriptor and focus. You've got space encounters. Let me see. Terminus, outlands, expanse. Boom, boom, result. Sector name. We're just flipping through the tables. Oh, cool. Stellar object. This is interesting. Smoldering red star, glowing orange star, burning yellow star. I'm looking forward to jumping into the game. Character creation and just starting. Let's see. Spaceborne Pearl. Roll or choose this table when you want inspiration for a trouble during Spaceborne exploration or an interstellar expedition. I just like rolling dice. What is that? 15? I think that's a 15. Dust clouds, imperil navigation, or conceal foes. That'd be cool. Let's see. Spaceborne opportunity. Roll or choose on this table when you want inspiration for a beneficial encounter or event on a Spaceborne journey, such as when you roll a strong hit with a match as you undertake an expedition, or if you explore a waypoint and find an opportunity. Planet class. Let's see. We got some cool tables. Desert world. Furnace world. So let's see. Planet, the desert world, a pitless planet of searing heat, blowing sand, and sun-baked rock. You can definitely use this to kind of like homebrew, you know, you create your own space. I've been wanting to go into space and underwater for an adventure and create a world underwater and a world like galaxy and stuff. So I'm still working on my world Astra 2. I'm working on my map. I'm thinking about pulling that up. Let's see. So we've got atmosphere, a settlement, observed from space, planet feature. We've got furnace world. We've got a grave world, a once thriving world, now a grim monument to a fallen civilization. Oh, Lord, so you got some cool ice world. You got Jovian world, a massive planet with a vast layers of dense gases surrounding a rocky core. You've got simple names as well. We've got a jungle world, ocean world, word. Planet completely or almost entirely covered by a boundless ocean. I think I'd like to explore there. You've got some cool options. And even when you come into these worlds, you can experience different things. Let's see, vital. This diverse life-bearing planet might provide some small measure of hope. Erasing my, what you call it? My little rules. I knew that I would. Boom, boom. Yep, I spelled it. There we go. My bad. Here we go. Keep our basic rules out. Alright, so let's see. Biodomes. We're just looking through the tables in the back. Just getting a feel. Settlement. First look. Initial contact. So, just curious. It's at 60. So, initial would be uncooperative. And the authority, 31, would be tolerant. Let me see. First look. 41. Just playing around. Industrial architecture. Nice art here, too. Settlement project. Settlement trouble. Just because I can, and we're just kicking back, chilling. What is that? 63. What will be my settlement trouble? Preyed upon by raiders. Got settlement name. Names look pretty interesting. It look like I can really play with them. Let's see. Starships. Maybe these are like NPCs right here. These characters, random people, starship mission. Got a lot of different tables back here. We won't go through too much anymore of those. What do you call it? It does look like there's quite a bit of tables. We got factions, derelicts. That's what I was wondering. What the heck? So, derelicts are the forsaken relics of human endeavors. These use these first look tables for your initial survey of the derelict. Hopefully I'm saying that right. To reveal more about the look and original function of or nature of the site. Roll on appropriate tables, of course. And in the starship or settlement oracles, if you explore the depths of a derelict, you may use the zone oracles on the following pages to help you envision. It's got some it's got some nice tables. Let me see. They're broken into zones. I was curious what a derelict or, you know. So that's that section right there. Yeah, you've got some precursor vaults. See, exploring themed locations. Chaotic, fortified enemies defend this place against intruders. You got inhabited. Make sure I didn't skip the page, right? Oh, there we go. Haunted, infested. Mechanical, ruined, sacred, miscellaneous oracles, story complication, story clue, I'm sorry. Anomaly effect, combat action. You've got more oracles. See, campaign elements. Campaign Elements Oracle is a handcrafted table of story ingredients specific to your campaign. Okay, so I will create. When you encounter or introduce an open-ended situation and want to know what is involved or how it connects to something already established in your story, roll on your Campaign Elements Oracle to learn the answer. To create a Campaign Elements Oracle, use the Oracle worksheet included in the Starforged play kit. I'm going to definitely print that out. Your journal or note card to build a roll table of 10 to 20 items. This is dope. It teaches you how to, create your own thing too. Let's see, this table can include narrative themes, people, factions, locations, troubles, quests, and other story threads. Yeah, this is nice. So look, it's starting elements if you'd like to begin your campaign with the Campaign Elements Oracle, or create one for an in-progress campaign. Here's a suggestion of 10 items to include adjust to your liking.
particularly if playing with allies to allow for more character-focused entries. You've got narrative, theme, or motif. Ongoing situations or conflicts, factions, or cultural influences. This inspiration for your tables, background val, important item or vehicle, location in your current sector, connection in the current sector, trouble in the current sector. So that's pretty cool. Filling in the blanks. Let's see. Final option, and there I go messing up my rules again. A final option for structuring oracle prompts is to construct sentences or phrases with blanks for oracle answers. Creating these mad libs, interesting, and interpreting their meaning can be fun, creative, can be a fun and creative exercise to help kick off or energize a campaign. So let's see. I swear to blank blank action and a theme of a descriptor and focus located in. So this is nice right here. It gives you a lot of options. You've got move and asset glossary, which is probably something that we'll need. Alright, so now we're going to go to the character creation. So the tables look pretty dope. Let's see, the oracles and advice in this book are an absolute gold mine. I'm seeing that now. I like what I'm looking at so far. I like what I'm reading so far. So I had a feeling I would enjoy the book. So I'm just going to take my time. And I was going to go ahead and go over to character creation. Let's see. Randomly looking through these. Let's see, character creation was, I'm pretty sure that was 100. Boom, 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 boom. Create your character, that's 100. There goes your character. Use your character sheet shown in the opposite page. Alright, so this one I have not downloaded. I don't know what this is then. But we'll figure it out along the way. Maybe it's a part of your campaign because I see that it has quests on there and bonds and stuff. So throughout your play, you gain and lose momentum. You can use positive momentum. Let's see. Starforged. So we're going to definitely download that. Maybe tomorrow because I want to keep looking through the book. The character sheet also includes your stats. These are the core to your character's capabilities, nature, and approach. And then the next chapter, you'll create your character. And assign each stat a value from 1 to 3. Then when things get risky or uncertain, you roll the dice and use one of your stats as a bonus. So, and that's what we looked up. I figured it was like your abilities or your stats, your edge, heart, iron, shadow, and wits. See, I think one you have there is just the alternate layout of the character sheet. Okay, so this is a set illustrated. That's what I was thinking because it looked like a character sheet. It absolutely looked like a character sheet with extra goodies inside of it. So, momentum, set as it goes up and down. We got an area for notes. Wounded, shaken, unprepared, permanently harmed, traumatized, oof. Doomed, wow, tormented, in debt, battered, and cursed. Is interesting. So that's why I saw this section right here. Legacies, quests, bonds, discoveries, and background view. Doomed right there. That's crazy. Or traumatized. So, yeah, this would be a cool game. Let's see. So, let's see. So, edge is quickness, agility, which I think you kind of grasp from the name. Prowess, when fighting at a distance. Your heart is your courage, your willpower, empathy, word, sociability, and loyalty. Your iron is physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness, and prowess when fighting at close quarters. Bow. And then shadow, sneakiness, deceptiveness, and cunning. Wits, expertise, knowledge, and observation. Another key aspect of your character is your assets, an example of which is shown below. That's what that I do know, that part. These asset cards. So I wish maybe I should get some better paper so I can print those type of cards from here. I'm gonna get a sip of my lemonade. That's good lemonade. Let's do a time check because we don't want to stay up too late because I have to get my cutie patootie sleep. Let's see. So example of which is bone. They are formatted as poker-sized cards Assets provide abilities that can improve or modify your actions. Word. They are acquired when you create your character, and as you gain experience in this rulebook, asset names are shown in all caps. You can learn more about them. On the 54, we'll learn a little bit more about them, because why not? Just kicking back and just looking through things. Let me see. Let's see what we see before we get there. You are an Ironsworn. You are driven. You are a spacer. You are competent. You are imperfect. You are unbound. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. I'm just randomly looking through. Let's see, resolving outcome. Action dice. Your stat. And alright, so let's look at that. I'm gonna put this over here so I can look at the assets. And we already know the character creation is on 100, so we can get there. So let me see. We're gonna look right here. This is what I was curious. Alright, so let's see. The action roll. So action die, that's the D6, and then the challenge die, which we read was 2D10. And so the action roll is the most common test you'll make for your character. When you make a move triggered by a risky or uncertain action, roll these 3 dice at once, all right, to see what happens. After rolling, add your stat to your action die. The move will tell you what stat to add, phrased as roll plus stat, or may give you a choice, which is cool. Let's see, some moves will tell you to use one of your condition meters, such as health or supply, in place of a stat. You may also have an opportunity to apply one or more bonuses called adds, phrases as add plus X. Doesn't all make sense to me at the moment, but I'm sure that it will eventually. The total of your action die, your stat, and any adds is your action score. The action score is never greater than 10. Anything over that is ignored. Word. So, to determine the outcome of your move, check if the action score beats the individual values of the challenge dice. Okay. So, our action versus our challenge. Okay. Let's see. There are 3 possible outcomes for the action roll: a strong hit, a weak hit, and a miss. So, making your, let's see. Okay, word. So inventory items, make it a stat, supply, and using it as a bonus to roll it. So it doesn't all make sense, but I'm sure that it will. That's why, I'm gonna briefly go through these, and then they have like the, what do you call it, those player aids that you can download. It has all this information inside of it summarized, or just where you're not flipping through the entire book. So I'll come back here. So resolving the outcome based on your results, you see. So then envision how the overall situation has changed. A strong hit means you are in control. You are driving the narrative and taking proactive actions. What do you do next? Okay. A weak hit means the situation is slipping out of your control. Instead of acting, you react. How do you respond? A miss means you have lost control of the situation. You encounter hardships, new dangers, or increasing risk. What happens next? Let's see. All right, we'll come back here. So let's see. Let me look at it one more time. So action, stat, adds. That's your action score. Okay, now I see. So we got 6. Does the action score beat the challenge dice? So as far as the challenge dice, let me read on before I confuse myself. Let me go ahead and go to, because I'll take the time to look back over that. And I'm going to go to character creation. Oof, what is this? This looks interesting. What is this? What's this? So ready to go to work. Work through the exercises in this order. Choose your truths. Decide what truth is for your version of the Forge. Create your character. And so set your abilities, your background, abilities, and characteristics. Build a starting sector. Create a location to explore at the start of your campaign. Begin your adventure. Get your story underway as you face an inciting incident and swear an iron vow. That's what I was, so, okay, that I do get, that you roll them together. So you roll the D6 together with the two D10s. Whatever you get on the D6, that is supposed to go higher. You have to roll higher than one or more of the D10s. So I have to roll one or more. Roll higher than or more than. Higher than or more than. Okay, so if I... Okay, now I get it. All right. So I get it now. So, so if I roll... So, because I only beat one of them... Oh, I mean, I didn't roll this, but I'm just saying this is as an example. So I beat one, yes, and the other one I did not roll higher than. So that will be considered your weak hit. Your action score beats only one of the challenge dice. You succeed, but with a cost or less effect. So, like I was doing my I learned from a lot of different books and a reminder inside of the comments. So now I'm using, instead of just doing yes or no, doing a 1 to 3 is a yes, and then a 3 to 6 or a 4 to 6 is a no. I'm using a D8, and for a 1 to 2, it's going to be a yes. For a 3 to 4, it'll be a yes or a yes but. And then 5 to 6 is a no or a no but. And then a 7 to 8 is a no. So I can't remember exactly. So shouts out to everybody who's assisted me in the chat and stuff. Raid. That's what I was supposed to say, raid. So with some interesting things. So now I get that. I appreciate that, Dean. So the D10 results as your difficulty. Word. As your DC. I got you. I appreciate that. So I got that aspect right there. Let me see. So I was looking at the truths thing. One warning. Okay. I was looking at this. One word of warning. You might find your creative battery is running low if you pack the exercises into a single session. Yowzers, right? Consider breaking each exercise into an individual session or 2 exercises per session. Whatever works for your group. Well, I am my group. Me, myself, and I. So one of them can pick, you know? Let's see. In this exercise, you'll set the tone and background to your campaign. I was just curious because I thought curious about this section because there goes your create your character. See, we might have to jump into that. We might jump into that tomorrow, and then I can print this sheet out. Because I kind of figured I saw this one, so the other one is just updated. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to pull this one out. But it definitely is. Looks like it is the same, but I thought this picture was interesting, so that's why I came to this section. So again, you'll set the tone and the background for your campaign by deciding the nature of your version of the Forge. These are your truths. When you're done, you'll have the key aspects of your setting sketched out and a backdrop of challenges to help fuel your adventures. We said allow 45 to 60 minutes for the exercise. I actually really enjoy that aspect of the game, the preparation and stuff, even when it comes to running the solo games, even when I do them on my Fridays recorded video, I enjoy the aspect, the prep work beforehand. And the creative, you know, it's nice, it's cool. So default assumptions. Let's see. Truth categories. That's what I was looking at. The following sections include 14 categories to help define key aspects of your setting. So we have Cataclysm, Exodus, Communities, Iron, Laws, Religion, Magic. I think I was thinking about religion if I could mix it with, like, you know, do cults and stuff. Some people would think that a religion is a cult though, but I guess depends. I guess it depends. Communication and data, medicine, artificial intelligence, war, life forms, precursors, horrors sounds interesting. I'm going to turn to the horrors just to see. 98. Let's see. Have you experienced any supernatural encounters? If you specialize in battling undead or monstrous forces, you might be a slayer. If you have supernatural connection to a spirit, you might be haunted. Let's see. Put enough alcohol in space and they'll tell you stories of ghost ships crewed by vengeful undead. It's nonsense. So within the Forge, space and time are immutable and unstable as a flooding river. When reality can't be trusted, we are bound to encounter unsettling phenomena. Quest starter. So you receive an urgent distress call from a ship stranded in the event horizon of a black hole. The ship itself is broken apart, a shattered hull of trailing debris. There are no signs of life, and yet the ghostly messages persist. That actually sounds pretty interesting. So, it actually sounds pretty interesting. I'm going to read this one too. Oops, I bumped it again. Sorry, guys. I don't know how I keep doing it. And it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to building my character and my campaign, my journey. So I wanted to check out this starter quest starter. A group of settlers established a home in an abandoned orbital station. Under the light of a white dwarf star. The previous inhabitants were killed in a raider attack years ago, but it seems the dead do not rest there. The people are plagued by constant mechanical issues, strange noises, and unsettling visions. That sounds interesting too, but I think I like that. Maybe we'll read through some of the others. Let's see. So this one right here, the quest starter, rumors persist of a fleet of ghost ships bound for settled domains. Who is said to lead this corrupted armada? Why do they seek revenge against the living? That one sounds pretty interesting too. So let's see. It's got a few of them. See, we went through those. So you've got a few. Let me check out the religion. Let's see. Our gods failed us. We left them behind. Let's see. Curious about the quest starter. So a charismatic leader claims to have harnessed a technology that offers new hope to the people of the Forge. What is this innovation? What is your relationship to this person or followers? What grave danger do they pose? I like this already. Let's see. So our faith is diverse as our people. Let's see. Quest starter, a cult seeks to take control of a site reputed to hold a primordial artifact. What holy object do they seek? Why are they sworn to stop them? And then 3 dominant religious orders, triumvirate? Okay, let's see. So battle for influence and power within the Forge. The quest starter, you bear the mark of one of the gods of the, what do you call it? What is it? Priests declare. This is a sign you are chosen to fulfill a destiny. You accept this fate and swear to see it through. Or are you determined to see it undone? What force opposes you? These sound interesting. I would like to, it's got some really cool inspiration in here that you can clearly utilize to play this game or to create your own thing. Let's go character creation. Let's see. So it does say that you need your assets. Let's see. In Starforged, you undertake quests, overcome challenges, and explore the Forge through the perspective of your character. In this exercise, you'll define some key aspects of that character and their starship. So it tells you less. Allow 20 to 30 minutes for this exercise. What you need. You need a Starforged character sheet and a set of asset cards, which you can easily download for free or you can purchase them. Let's see. And the purchase, I think I might purchase the deck because it looks pretty cool. And for experience, let's see. The character sheet is used to track your stats, conditions, and experience. It's included in the printable Starforged play kit, available to download at the Ironsworn Forge. IronswornRPG.com. Each player has their own character sheet. Assets represent notable traits. Resources used by your character. They are formatted as printable or reprinted cards, available at IronswornRPG.com. If you're playing with others, one set of cards is enough for everyone at the table. Let's see. So, your character scope. You're human. The people of the Forge are human. Let's see. Starforged does not directly provide options to play aliens, robots, uplifted animals, or other non-human characters. The actual mechanical aspects of your character are relatively light and can be themed to accommodate non-human entities. Okay. But Starforged is primarily designed to be played from the perspective of a human being or close analog of a human being. Diversity and inclusiveness. Apart from this human-centric assumption, envision your character as you like. There are no gameplay or setting restrictions that constrain your character's race, culture, disability, sexual orientation, or gender identity. If you're aiming to play a specific lived experience, don't rely on assumptions or stereotypes. Put it in the time to research and learn the experience of others. I like it. So, let's see. Ready your assets. Here's a summary of the steps to create your character. If you like some detail for each step, jump to 104. See, step 1, ready the asset cards. I can maybe pause here, then I'll print these asset cards out, and then we can maybe jump into creating our character and starting our campaign or prepping for it. And anybody who tunes into the live a little later on, thank you so much. Anybody who has tuned in thus far, thank you. I appreciate your time. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll be back on tomorrow. Consider the D10 results as you... Okay, I saw that. That's what's up. I appreciate your help, Dean. If you're still there, hope you have a good time at work. But I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and we'll pick this back up looking through Ironsworn Starforged. And good night, everybody.